I really think I'm great.
Really?
Did you not know that about me?
I knew that about you.
Okay.
You've changed.
I haven't changed. It's always been a love. Lifelong love.
I'm geeking out about House of Cards season 4. Yeah. I don't want any. I'm only about 5 episodes in though, so shh. But that's quite exciting to me.
Awesome, fun. Well, do we want to get to some fan questions?
Sure.
I think? Yeah?
Yes, let's.
Hello.
Hello.
So my question is, well, for both of you, what is your favorite line that you've ever performed and why? Like in any show, movie, whatever.
Well, I can't remember any of those, so
Mine has swear words in it, so I can't really say it. It's from a play called The Pillow Man, which I did way back when I was young. It's.
Can you bleep them? Can I bleep them for you?
You can try.
Okay.
Interesting. It should be, yes.
Okay.
It was, you came fourth out of
Bleep.
fourth.
Bleep.
In the
Bleep.
distance.
Yeah.
Look it up.
I would say I really enjoyed my No Mores in the 50th. Because they were simple to say.
Easy one.
Yes.
Thank you. Let's take a question over here. I know every Whovian has their favorite moment from the show. I have mine on my shirt.
What's on your shirt?
It's you and Billy kissing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but which time we did that loads?
No, that's part you know it.
Okay.
Okay, you can obliterate that moment. You know it. You can obliterate that moment right now by indulging us all for 3 seconds.
Wait, you want us to make out in front of you? That's just sick.
Yeah, there's children.
We have children, and it's
Not with each other.
yeah. That would be uncomfortable.
Yes, lovely request, but...
So what was your question? Other than
David, would you please turn to Billy and without pause say, Rose Tyler, I love you.
We need some money for that, and we need some cameras.
Money and cameras.
But then you know, you can't puncture these bubbles of expectation. These things have to hang. And also, how do you know that's what he was going to say?
That's what he has to say.
All of our hearts.
Rose Tyler, can I borrow your jacket?
He said Rose Tyler,
I want to borrow your jacket.
I don't get very many questions.
I broke your hair curlers.
I like your bathroom set. Rose Tyler, I like your bathroom set.
All possibilities.
Yeah.
Hello, David and Billy.
Hi.
I'm really excited to say.
You don't sound it. You sound quite bad.
She's holding it together.
Okay.
She's holding it
I do
together.
have my little David Tennant because he's been with me all day.
Oh.
Anyways, as actors, you know, we all know that eventually you're going to have to be intimate with another actor. So my question is.
She's going to ask us to do it as well.
Stop it, guys.
No.
What's wrong with you?
My question is would you rather have to do a scene with someone who you were really good friends with or a complete stranger?
Good
Both are good.
Yeah.
Both are good. It's good to do it with someone you really like, and it's also good to do it with a stranger. Just good to do it. That's what we're getting down to.
Unless that stranger has bad breath. Have you ever had that?
Or if you hate, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Has that happened?
Oh, David, what have you done?
Such bad breath. That one time.
Oh, David,
I'm
stop!
not going to say who it was.
But now we all...
Probably asked me.
Listen, we need to talk about this.
tell that they need to brush the teeth. That happens very rarely, though.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever encountered that. Not kissing, at least standing before someone with a terrible breath.
Oh, I've had to really kiss some really bad breath. And worse.
Can you tell me who this is?
I'll tell you what. Worse. It was on stage. So it wasn't just like one embarrassing afternoon on set. It was every night you knew it was coming.
That's really embarrassing. Oh my god. That's gonna be a good search. You're giving us clues.
Every night you know it was coming and you think, oh.
Was it stage breath? Is it
Yeah.
bad anyway?
You'd sort of pray for a cold.
At least you were getting paid for it. I mean, you know, like we had bad.
Not enough.
Not enough for that.
I think we're on this side now, right?
Yeah, I think so. My question is, oh, hi, my name is Grace.
Hi.
Hello, Grace.
My question is for David. You played a great hero in Doctor Who, but you also played a very terrible villain in Jessica Jones. They're both very different, but they're also kind of crazy characters to play, which was like, I guess, crazier to act. I think the way.
Well, they're very different shades of crazy, aren't they, I suppose? There's something, I mean, it's quite delicious to indulge the kind of darker corners of your psyche. You know, the bad guys do tend to get some of the most edible lines. And you get to do some extraordinary things that obviously you would never entertain in real life, and you get to flirt with what that feels like. Kilgrave was a fascinating character because he had this extraordinary ability, and that's an interesting thing to play with. He lived in this world where everyone did everything that you were expected of him immediately. What would that do to your psyche? What would that turn you into? Would you really see yourself as a villain? I don't think he did. He doesn't know when he's running because they want to, when you're running because they have to. And that's fascinating from a sort of character point of view. It was also really well written. So it was a lovely opportunity. Having said that,
Yeah, but who do you have?
it's still, there's something there. There's something about playing with Doctor. It's quite hard to do. He's sort of everything, and he's all things, and he's coming back, and he's got all the best lines, and he's got, and you get to save the world, the universe, the infrastructure of time repeatedly, and that is quite hard to do. They ask these people rather than us.
Is that why you brought that?
I think there's a love story involved. It's far easier to access the sci-fi.
Yeah.
And I find, I'm just talking about myself in this book. So I think, and I also think it's much more likely to appeal to, a family as opposed to, a guy who likes, hardcore science fiction. Yeah, it's definitely got that.
I think that central relationship is key to accessing a general audience rather than a genre audience.
Yeah.
Because that yes, whole families can identify with that. It becomes cross-generational, and it appeals to sort of everyone in the house rather than just people who like a hardcore sci-fi or an adventure story. It's all those things too, and it should be, and it does that very well. But if you've got that central relationship, which is a sort of entry point emotionally, that's quite important.
Core of the show. Yeah. All right, we'll move to another fan question over here. This side.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry. I just love you very much. Well, my question is, when you were playing Kilgrave and Jessica Jones, after you were done, I was wondering if maybe playing that character affected you in any way.
It would be pretty dark if it did. It'd be quite alarming. I think though it would be, I would reach the limitations of that quite quickly. Because if I started to believe I was Kilgrave, and I started demanding free Starbucks, I think the realities of the real world I'd bump up against them quite quickly. I hope not. I hope not.
Do you remember when you just started Doctor Who and you'd done that, what was that TV show where you played like a Totem Outpost?
Oh yeah.
And
Secret Smile.
Secret Smile.
Yeah.
Someone we were walking down the street and someone went, psycho! And you got really upset about it.
I was so naive.
So what I'm saying is I don't think you carry your
I don't think
parts
you
into
do.
your life.
No, I
Some
think
people
you
do,
Yeah.
which is a lot.
But it would be hard to carry a character with superpowers into your life because that's the bit
That would be massively disillusioned.
yeah. You'd either have to be living in a real
Psychosis.
Yeah.
You seem okay right now, which is good.
It's in a really good place.
Yeah. It's the power of the lake.
I know, isn't it?
It's keeping me very calm.
Thanks, Benjamin.
Thank you.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Nadia, and I was just wondering, what was the scariest part of Doctor Who?
The schedule. The night shoots.
What was the scariest part? Scary things?
We just had a laugh, really, didn't we? I mean, in terms of like the stories that I've always found Empty Child really creepy. The little child in the gas mask. Asking, are you my mummy?
Yeah.
I always felt that really uncomfortable. Uncomfortable would be the word.
Yeah.
We didn't really do any stunts. We had people doing it for us. So I can't say that we did anything terrifying, like courageous or... Did we?
No, we didn't really.
We did the lift shaft, which was so easy. It was in a harness. And it was
Yeah,
just
that was.
fun.
Yes, they sort of let you. I was very jealous of Matt when in the 50th when he got to hang in Trafalgar Square. He got to hang off the TARDIS and go way up.
He actually
He
did that?
did. He went right up. They had a harness down his arm, so it was safe enough. I was very jealous of that. Made him look really cool. The best Doctor. Oh, I'm Matt Smith and I'm really cute.
He did say that you were one of his favorite doctors in the last panel.
I will have nothing said against it.
It's meant to make you feel better, but it backfired.
No, I don't. Yeah, scary. I don't know. I mean, the Daleks are pretty exciting to be on set with.
But not scary.
Not scary, but they're fully formed. You know what I mean?
They're quite, they're big and chunky.
They're big and chunky, and when they talk, it booms around the set because Nick breaks his back with his microphone talking about that. And there's speakers, and it all echoes, and the lights flash, and they move at you. So they're quite sort of. There's none of that. Nothing of the Daleks is added after. Julian Bleach's Davros, he was quite scary.
Yes.
When he went mental.
It's a good one. Okay. Is that right? Yeah. Hello.
Hi.
I'm sorry, Ms. Piper, but this question is for Mr. Tennant. So I really love Doctor Who, but I'm also a big fan of you and Hamlet and Much Ado About Nothing. Much Ado About Nothing just made my study abroad experience. It was the most amazing thing ever. So my question is, I know you just finished Richard II. Are you planning on doing anything else?
Finished Richard II. We opened last night.
I apologize.
Yeah.
I apologize.
We're there till April something.
Congratulations on Richard II.
But there aren't any tickets available, so it doesn't really matter.
Where is it on?
It's on at the Brooklyn Academy of Music.
Very good.
Yeah. Are you gonna come?
I might do, yeah.
Okay, do.
Can you read the release for
You can get it. I'll get you a ticket.
Thank you.
You thought it was finished, so you're not getting a ticket.
Break a leg and the rest of the run.
Thank you very much.
So my question was, what do you think is going to come next as far as Shakespeare? And also, as a Shakespearean actor, did you have much of a say in the episode The Shakespeare Code?
No, I didn't in that, no. But what was exciting with as somebody with a bit of an interest in that, what was exciting about filming the Shakespeare Code is we were the first, I think I'm right in saying, the first drama that was ever allowed to use the Globe Theatre as a location, which was very exciting. Others have used it since, including St. Trinian's to The Legend of Britain's Gold, called that seminal British comedy movie. Probably still available on DVD. We shot in the Globe Theatre, although we had to do it overnight because they would do a performance, then the theatre would close, and then we would move in and shoot all night, and then we'd have to leave in the morning to let the tour start. And this is how, by the way. But I didn't have any say in making of the episode as such. We never really, the writing was never. We were never asked for comments, were we?
Certainly not.
No.
No, it wasn't subject to change. It was like, this is it, say it.
It pretty
We
much.
were really loyal to it.
Which
is fine because Russell was an absolute genius.
Yeah.
So totally fine, and you want to honour everything you write.
Absolutely. So yeah, and as for what's next, Shakespeare-wise, I don't entirely know right now. I'll let you know. Leave me your email address. I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I'm Chan. I'm sorry, Lily, but this one's for David.
That's fine.
David, I would like to know what it's like to be married to your daughter.
Crazy.
You can say pass.
Lies, do not pass on this question.
I don't know where to begin answering this question. There's a line between fiction and reality. Maybe we could do a workshop on that. All I know is I have a very lovely wife and I'm very lucky. Does that answer your question? Yeah.
Hi David, hi Billy, my name is Alexandra. I actually have a question for both of y'all. I'm sorry. I've seen every...
I love that.
I've seen...
I'm from Paisley, nobody says y'all.
I've seen everything you have both played in, and that sounds really creepy. And I love you. So my question's for both of y'all. You have both made major transitions in your career and the characters you have chosen to portray. Billy, I loved you when you were 90s pop star. I love Because We Want To. But then you went on to...
something deep inside.
This crowd, I like that.
And then also, but then you went on to play, such a kick-ass character in Doctor Who, and then the sexy vixen in Secret Diary, and now you play this really deep, really complex character on Penny Dreadful, which is Lily /Rose. David, you went from this, fun, quirky doctor to this very serious detective in Broadchurch. Yeah, Broadchurch, and now you are on Kilgrave on Jessica Jones. Have you ever been worried about the effect your transitions would have on your career, especially Billy, because that was a major jump from deciding to move out from music to acting?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really think like that in terms of work. I don't feel like I'm trying to do something new to shock people. It just feels like a natural progression and a departure. I think I would get a bit sort of bored if I did the same thing every time. And that's sort of the thrill of doing, being an actor, is that you get potentially get the opportunity to play quite a selection of people. I'm definitely drawn to a certain type of character, but no, I've always really just walked into those decisions a bit quite blindly. And sometimes they've worked, and sometimes they've been really disastrous. So yeah, but I just sort of give it a go.
Yeah, I think if the opportunity arises to do something very different to something you've done before, you sort of embrace that.
Totally, yeah.
That's sort of what you're looking for, really. And I don't think you really stop to consider whether the audience will come with you, because I think audiences are quite bright, you know. And I think this idea that an audience will go, oh, but you played this character, now I can't, it doesn't compute that you're playing someone. I think audiences get that what actors do, and I think, certainly for myself, when I'm an audience member, I love seeing someone do something new and different and surprising. And if I can do that myself, you know, that's the joy.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
Well, I've loved both of y'all's transitions in your careers, by the way. The darker y'all get, I've actually fallen more in love with you, especially Billie on as Lily. She's amazing. But thank you so much for answering my question.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Was it challenging? Your characters in Doctor Who, it seemed like you were challenged as an actor as well with the different trials that you had to go through. I mean, and some, storylines were so devastating. So was that pleasing as an actor to say, okay, great, I get to go through take this character through this massive challenge?
Yeah.
Doomsday.
Yeah, you definitely get. Your job was really challenging daily, and mine was really challenging too. And you did get an opportunity to do lots of different things, especially in the second series when everyone had found their feet and everyone's feeling quite confident. It was even more sort of, like with New Earth and every episode, to be honest, had its own challenges. Thank God.
Yeah, it never felt like it was standing still, did it? You know, it always felt, and that's because we had Russell T Davies who is always trying to find new directions to take those characters and new challenges for the actors. I mean, something like New Earth he wrote because he wanted to see you larking about.
Yeah.
He wanted to get.
Yeah.
That's where the idea.
And then there were episodes that were slightly more comedic, and then there were the ones that were way more emotional. Like, I don't know, Father's Day for me.
Yeah.
I certainly enjoyed those ones. Then the Cyberman ones was a bit more action.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it always felt very different. Every episode felt very different, and I suppose that's the challenge for a show where the characters have sort of got to be. You've got to reset to zero a little bit at the end of every story so that they can start again, and yet it never felt like that being in it.
I think we're on this side now, right?
Alright, I'm a serious Whovian, but I'm also a major Potterhead. And David, I know you met Marvel and I have some both of you, but if you had to pick a house, which house would you be part of and why?
You mean like semi-detached? Oh, you mean Harry Potter?
That's what you mean, right?
Hufflepuff, Slytherin,
Gryffindor or Ravenclaw?
Ravenclaw. Well, I am in Slytherin. I'm not changing. Yeah. You see, as we transition darker in our career. It's a weird quirk of that plot, though, isn't it? The Harry Potter thing. I always found that a bit odd. That as a child, when do they go? 12? Do they go to that school? 11? 11. You turn up, you think you're a happy-go-lucky, easygoing kid, and then on the first day they're going, no, you're a baddie. You're in Slytherin, you're a baddie. It's not, I don't know how, I mean, as a child psychologist, I don't think it's great, to be honest. Because you've got that, and then you've got the other three, and I don't know what they are. So you've got baddies, and then the other three.
Kind of called out a little bit, especially being a preteen. That's a lot they have to go through.
A lot they have to go through. And I don't, people develop at different stages. I think you should be allowed to get through puberty before you're condemned to life on the dark side.
Panel on just that.
We do, actually, yeah.
The psychology of that.
I'm sure that answers your question.
Hi.
Hello.
For one, I really love Doctor Who, and you were one of my first doctors, and I can't thank you enough for that. And first off, I heard something that on the episode where the Earth gets stolen, that when Donna told you to look back and ask Rose, like, for yourself what she said, that you didn't know Billie was on set. So I was wondering, is that true? And that's why you look so happy. While
I've been asked this and I don't know how to answer it correctly.
You mean the bit where I then run along your show?
Yeah.
I think it was just my brilliant acting. I don't think they'd have been able to smuggle you in without me knowing.
No. Because I would that would never happen.
Admittedly, your story's better.
Yeah, much better.
And I wish it was true, and I'm slightly disappointed that I've admitted that it
And
wasn't.
some directors do go for that, don't you?
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
We did a bit of that on Broadchurch, increasingly. People
You must have loved that.
People got hidden and sort of came back, and they,
Did you like that? You didn't like things like that?
I didn't mind it. I was a bit. It was James Strong. You know James Strong. Yeah. And he got all a bit excited about all keeping people apart. I was like, oh, James.
I told you hate stuff like
Stop
that.
it. But then you do it'd be quite
When
fun.
you get into it.
Yeah. Sorry. But no, we did do that, Doctor Who. I'm sorry, because you're right. We should have pretended that we did.
I also, someone asked me that before, and I think I lied. I think I said that was true because
And next time we're asked it, we might lie again. So
You'll never know.
who knows which is true?
Thank you.
Over here? Yes. I saw in one of the Doctor Who specials that when a new doctor came in, they were very excited that this one seemed to like running, and they liked writing a lot of running scenes, and that you brought a great physicality to the doctor that may not have been there with Eccleston. Was that your choice, or was that something they wrote in? And was that because the practicality of monsters being there, or was it because you're a doctor who regrets and you're running from yourself?
That was really deep.
Chris is a really good runner, actually. He runs a lot, right?
he runs like
He's like a proper actual runner.
You're really
I'm
hyper.
I'm
I think you're really hyper.
I'm a bit more like Phoebe and Friends.
Which is very, very physical though. You are an actor. You can't stand and sit still for long. Well, certainly not in that role.
No, it's got a lot of energy to it, certainly.
You definitely gave it a real kick in that respect. How do you answer that?
I don't know. It's hard to know as well when things, whether you're bringing something or whether writers are putting something on you. Things sort of evolve quite kind of organically, I suppose. Don't they? You sort of writers will start responding to what they're seeing in you. You'll start responding to things in the script in a different way to perhaps the way another actor might have done. So it's often hard to find the actual roots of why things develop in certain ways. And I think I do tend to move about quite a lot, I suppose. So just sort of generally, and sort of, and I think when you start something like Doctor Who, there's quite.
You run before a take.
Yeah.
You do this.
That's how I can be out of breath without having a head rush and falling over.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
But I don't really know if that answers your question. I think your question sort of made more sense than my answer has made. So thank you for that.
Yes. Fantastic.
Hi David, hi Billie.
Hello.
You two are my absolute favorite Dr. Companion combination. Just saying, I love you. My question is for both of you. I know a lot of times in shows, movies, whatever, there are bits that make it in that were accidents. So I wondered made it into Doctor Who that were unscripted, that were accents? And if so, what was your favorite?
I can't remember any particularly. It was quite. It was a writer.
Maybe New Earth stuff. Some of the New Earth stuff would have been.
Some of the larking around.
Yeah.
Some of the camping about.
Some of the massive ham and cheese spread that was happening there.
I mean, obviously,
There's always things that, well, not always. There's often things that aren't on the page that happen.
Yes, but it's a very much a writer-driven show, or was. I think it still is, and the script was first. But obviously, you bring things to the script, and you find ways of doing certain scenes, and then it's difficult to know where the script ends and where the performance begins, I suppose.
No.
But basically,
Not so much.
Yeah.
There's that bit in Doomsday that wasn't in the script. That bit where you, and it gets me every time. That bit where you go to say, and you can't do it, and you start again, and you say, that wasn't in the script, and you did. That stayed in.
Yeah. That one thing.
Just because you were about to leave, they thought they'd cut you some slack.
Thank you so much, guys. I love you.
Oh,
Love you.
Side?
Billy, you probably get this a lot. Sorry, this question's for David. You're really awesome. You can chime in if you want.
I will.
You should answer this question.
On your behalf.
Yeah.
Hey,
No, he
that'd
wants
be
to.
great. David, as you're probably well aware, anytime any of our beloved doctors leaves the show, there's always that big outrage, the way the sad faces, everything like that. Was there, with 5 or 6 years of hindsight, was there ever a moment where you kind of look back and said, man, I really should have stayed on another season, or man, I really should, with what you know from what Moffat or Davies had planned for you, or how the story arc progressed since you left, was there ever a moment where you kind of really, really sincerely regretted leaving?
Do you know, there wasn't actually. There was a moment before I finally decided to go, when having thought I knew I was leaving, I then had a bit of a crisis and thought maybe I'll stay. And Stephen and I talked about what that might be and went back and forth for a bit. But my time on that show was so tied to Russell and Julie Garner and with them leaving, I just thought if I don't leave at the same time as them, I don't know what it'll be like. It'll feel like
You're having an affair.
yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Come on, that was it. Plus, you pretty much exhausted everything. Have you? Like, root every story. You had a real blend of.
Yeah, I mean, I got to do a bit of everything.
You got to do a bit of everything. It wasn't like, I can't imagine what else there would be left.
The thing is, once you do go and then you look back on it, it just feels like such a different show, and you stop looking on it as something that you might have done, and you just see what's now happening there.
Like, with that in mind, I should have left when Chris left. But I'm not as kind as you. So I stayed on.
I needed you to stay. It was, no, I mean, I think the show's obviously gone from strength to strength and has thrived, but I look back on it not with regret, but with huge fondness, which then makes it a lovely thing to revisit. Like when we both came back to the 50th, it's such a lovely thing to go back to because you feel like this was such a huge part of my life, such an important part of my life, and something that I cherish, that I can still go back to and enjoy it
Again.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
And again.
Yeah. Here comes the 60th. But I think I think it was the right time to go, and I don't regret it.
How many series did you do? 4?
Well, kind of 3 and then a bunch of specials.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Had up to 4.
It was kind of 4, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we have time for one more question.
No pressure.
No pressure.
This has to be the best question. Imagine if this isn't the best question that's ever been
No,
asked.
you're leaving. Don't leave.
Where are you going?
Sit down, guys. This is the best question.
This is the best question that's
No,
ever
guys,
been.
come back.
There's a lady in a fez who's about to ask the best question there's ever been.
So hello, first of all, I really love you guys. Doctor Who holds a really special place in my heart. So in 2014, my brother passed away. He was 18, and talking about Doctor Who was the first thing that got me to talk again after he passed away. So thank you. And then, so my question is, if you could be in any episode outside of like the eras that you were in, what episode would that be?
Actually was the best
It was the
It's a really hard one to answer as
I'm
well.
sorry, I was so caught up with you there. I didn't hear the question.
So outside of the ones that you were in, what would your favorite episode be? So
Oh,
you could be in a different one that you were not in.
For me, it would probably, it's probably an easier question for me to answer because I grew up as a fan of Doctor Who.
Thank you, David.
It's very much my
You always know how to say it.
So for me, it would probably be one of the ones that I have the earliest vivid memories of, which would probably be something like Genesis of the Daleks, which I would have been 4 or 5 when that was on TV, and yet I have such vivid memories of that, such clear visions in my head that then of course meant so much when then I get to be in the show with Elizabeth Sladen, for instance, with Julian Bleach doing his Davros, sort of with every bit of the same vigour and electricity that
So happy right now.
So happy.
So for me, it would be something like that. It would be that bit where Tom Baker's got the 2 wires and he's going, "Do I have the right?" he does his face. It'd be something like that.
I don't really have any wanting. I feel like I had such a great time. I sort of fulfilled all my...
You did all the best episodes.
I feel like I had a really good run, and that I didn't feel like I left sort of wanting, and I've seen things beyond our series, but I'm sort of happy with my lot, really. I was a bit jealous perhaps about the trip to the desert.
Oh yeah.
But
yes, fancy overseas filming. That's
that's where I
we got one trip to Dubai. Oh, we went to the studios in Rome. That was pretty cool.
I did.
But ever since we left, they're never in Cardiff anymore. they spent their whole time touring the world, going to fancy hotels and shooting in deserts. They shot in Times Square, for goodness sake. They're in Central Park.
Exactly. That's the kind of stuff I feel.
The travel.
The traveling.
The perks.
Yeah, the perks.
Yeah.
But then we get to travel by doing these. So that's great.